Hi everyone, it's me, Alice from the Alice Edit. I make videos on how I mindfully curate my beauty and fashion pieces. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 fashion essentials for winter. It's currently super cold in New York City and all throughout the Northeast, so I thought I'd take a moment to share some pieces that I constantly wear throughout the colder months. Without further ado, the first item, which I'm wearing, are turtlenecks. If you've watched my other videos before, you know I wear a lot of turtlenecks, and that's because I live in them throughout winter and sometimes even fall. I own them in different colors and weights, as well as different materials, mostly wool or cashmere. This current one that I'm wearing is from Club Monaco. It's 100% cashmere, but it's a very lightweight knit. What I like about turtlenecks is the turtleneck itself because it provides coverage around the neck and keeps me warm, which means that I don't have to reach out for a scarf or remember to bring a scarf. It also makes my torso feel longer, and overall I feel like it simplifies my dressing. It's definitely a big part of my winter uniform. The next item that I have are over-the-knee socks. I've been wearing these ones from Uniqlo for several years. These are the Heat Tech over-the-knee socks, but they're constantly sold out. So I have these ones from Intimissimi. Even though I have probably 5 pairs, I still feel it's not enough because I wear them pretty much every time I go out when it's really cold. What I love about over-the-knee socks is that it provides that extra bit of coverage that your regular calf socks or ankle socks do not. They're also very comfortable to wear, especially comparing to things like tights. And they're very versatile and can be paired with pants, skirts. If you want, you can also layer them over tights or just lounging around the house. In a similar vein, another essential for me are over-the-knee boots. I don't care if these are very 2010s and that every single fashion blogger from that era has them. I'm late to the bandwagon and I love them. It is a staple for me because they are very functional. This particular pair that I have are from Stuart Weitzman. It's black suede with the mid heel. So these are called the Midlands. They also come in higher heel, so the Highlands or the flat ones, which are lowlands. For me, because I walk around so much, I went for Midlands to give me a little boost, but still really easy to walk in. These are super comfortable and they provide great coverage and warmth because the leather breaks up the wind, and obviously it goes over the knee, so it goes up quite high, which is usually past the hem of my jackets. From a styling perspective, I also find them very flattering. In addition, they're also quite versatile. I could wear them with skirts, over tight-fitting pants, or even under wider pants. Overall, it's been an excellent investment for me. The next item I have are gloves. It's very basic, but very underrated. These ones are from Coach. They are leather gloves that are lined with cashmere, and they also have these touchscreen pads so that you can kind of swipe on your phone. Dexterity wise, it's still a little bit of a challenge, but if you need to swipe up, you shouldn't have any problem. Gloves are super important for me because it allows my hands to be outside of my pockets instead of always inside the pockets. That means I can hold things like a drink, I could hold a top handle bag, and more importantly, when I walk, I could use my hands for balance and for safety in case I trip. If you're not clumsy like me, maybe that's not a concern, but for me, it's super important. The last item that I have is a super puffy, long jacket. This particular one is from Canada Goose, and it goes all the way down past my knees. I'll admit that it's not the most stylish, and when I wear it, sometimes I feel like a sausage, but the practicality far outweighs the look. When it's below freezing, this is the only jacket I wear. It removes the need for me to layer a lot, so that I can wear something thin and comfortable underneath, but still stay super warm. The material helps break wind and is very resistant to weather, and the hood is also insulated and very useful for me so that I could not wear a hat if I don't want to. The only regret that I have is not buying this jacket earlier when I lived in New England. All of these items are staples in my wardrobe in the colder months, and I wear them over and over again. And since I've been in the Northeast for a while, I kind of have an unofficial uniform for myself when it's really cold. For those who might be new to the cold or just want some tips in general, I'd like to take a moment to share some of mine. The first tip is to assign temperatures to your jackets. I don't have a lot of jackets, so it's very clear what temperature I have for each. For example, my wool coat is for 15 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius, or freezing. And my puffer jacket is for anything below 0. What this does is to help you streamline dressing when it's cold outside and takes away some of the decision making, especially if you have a very limited closet like mine. The next tip, which is what everybody says, is layering, but more specifically, how to layer. What you want to do is layer in an interlocking way like this. For example, I would wear over the knee socks, then pants, then over the knee boots. So the layers are sandwiched together and air doesn't get in. Similarly, you could wear an undershirt or some sort of t-shirt, then pants so that the shirt is tucked in, then your sweater. This type of layering to me is a lot more effective than just layering, let's say, a t-shirt or shirt and a sweater all together on the same layer. The next tip that I have is to not underestimate the importance of coverage. What I mean by that is if you have, let's say, a very thick piece of clothing that, let's say, is a crew neck, so it doesn't cover your neck, to feel warm, the thickness of the clothing, in my experience, is less important than covering areas that are exposed, such as your neck. If I had to choose, I would opt for a thinner turtleneck versus a thicker crew neck sweater. And that extends to things that you typically don't think about as much or tend to neglect. For example, your head. Having a hat makes a huge difference in how warm you feel. Or making sure you have some layers or coverage around your calves and ankles. If you tried these tips, let me know how it goes. Okay, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know what your winter essentials are, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more from me and are not yet subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you do. For all of you living in cold climates, I hope you stay warm, and I hope everyone has a great day and the rest of the week. Bye!